What's up everyone? We have more updates on Predator Badlands. We got a few things to cover, so here we go. First on the list is that Predator Badlands will be the cover feature for the 10th anniversary of Den of Geek magazine. Their website has an article where they speak to director Dan Trachtenberg, and he covers a few topics about the film. Everyone has the same ambition, and maybe I'll fail. Everyone who does this sort of thing is trying to make a sequel entertaining for everyone, but also furthering a story when we're so far into a series. Yet few have completely inverted their saga's core concept, wherein the recurring big bad of the series, here an apex alien predator, is now both the hero and the prey. The idea of Thea's upper half body being strapped to Deck's back and being carried around was inspired by The Empire Strikes Back, where we see Chewbacca carrying C-3PO in the same way. Before it was known as Predator Badlands, they used a secret production title which was called Backpack. I just love the silhouette of it. That's something I'm drawn to. It's a really great dynamic silhouette. I love the silhouette of Mad Max and his dog in Road Warrior, which is why Naru had a dog in Prey. I love the iconography of that. I love Monster Squad, the silhouette of the kids with Frankenstein in the sunset. What is the iconography of the movie? Everything starts with that. In a sense, Predator Badlands is the first Predator movie of its kind, simply because the titular alien hunter is portrayed as a sympathetic protagonist, one who's been effectively exiled from his clan because he's viewed as the runt. It's a Predator movie actually about the Predator. In other films, we see the Predator only a bit, then a lot more in the final act. But in this movie, you're going to see him a lot. The actor who played Deck was in a full bodysuit, except his face was exposed in a lot of scenes. This was done so they could capture his real facial expressions and then redo them in CGI for Deck's face. Demetrius, who plays the Predator Deck, goes on to say, despite some sources saying that he is 7 feet tall, that is incorrect. He's only 6 feet. The personality of Thea and Tessa are different. They are twin sisters, and Elle Fanning is playing the role of both characters. They differ how Thea is quirky, spunky, and she wants someone to talk to. She has this comedic tone and a really fun personality, while Tessa is the opposite. She's more practical and scientific. It also says, because the story of Badlands takes place far into the future, Thea and Tessa are the most advanced synthetics from Weyland-Yutani. Dan mentions, this is not an AVP movie. It's not Alien vs. Predator. Maybe one day we will get there in an elegant way, but not in a gimmicky way, where we're just taking all the action figures and smashing them together. Maybe we get there, if that's where the stories aspire to go, and they make things better for each other. Dan also mentions, before Killer of Killers or Badlands, I wrote for the studio a little universe Bible of what we could be doing, all the different things, all the different kinds of movies that could be. So he does have different ideas of where to take this franchise, but for now, it's one movie at a time. We have some new posters that came out recently. They're supposed to represent the different formats the film can be seen when it appears in theaters on November 7th. There's IMAX, Real 3D, 4DX, ScreenX, and another one posted by Fandango on X. Regal Movies and Cinemark Theaters announced they have a special popcorn bucket for this movie. This looks like the ship that Deck would use in the film. Here is a closer look alongside a figure of Deck. The top part opens up, and that's where the popcorn gets placed inside. Cinemark is pricing this at $39.95 with free same-day refills, and the figure of Deck is attached to the ship, as you can see at the bottom, although Regal Movies did not announce their pricing or special deals yet. This does give us a better look at the ship, since all we've seen from the trailers is the side and the back. Regal Movies made this post. They're having a Predator Badlands opening night fan event, and if you attend, you can get a collectible keychain. There's 2 new clips to look at, and these are new feature videos. The first one is about getting your tickets now. There's a part where Deck is throwing what looks like a laser arrow at the Kalisk. Then by using his sword, he cuts the tail off the creature, Then, a final explosion in the back. The last thing we have to look at is the special feature video, Predator Badlands, Prey to None, which goes behind the scenes of making the film, where they show various sets and locations during filming. There's a few scenes we haven't seen yet. Dan says they were hoping for rain during some scenes because they don't want all the scenes to be bright and sunny. The goal of the movie was to take this classic movie monster, which is known to be a dangerous hunter, but make him the main focus of the story. They also show a clip of an area we haven't seen for a long time. It's this area with deck running through water with rocks on the side. We had some pictures of this area, but in October of 2024, so that was 1 year ago, we just didn't see any clips of it until now. There's also this picture in the video, which seems to be the same area from another picture in October of 2024. There's a new scene with Thea after she gets her legs back, and she's walking near one of the skulls in a trophy room, which matches what we saw in the trailer later on. Another new scene is where Deck is either climbing or jumping up the side of a rocky wall as he avoids getting cut by another predator. Another scene shows the production team dropping purple liquid and chunks of meat over Deck. This could be a scene where he finishes off some creature above him and its remains fall down upon him. There's one spot in the video where we do see the inside of the Pred ship, and we see the new markings or carvings on the wall. I think this is the interior of his ship, or this could be some other location. There's a few clips of Deck fighting the Kalisk, like when he cuts the tail off with his sword, which we saw before. He also runs along the back of its tail, then jumps towards it as the creature turns its head. The final clip in this video shows Deck lighting some liquid on fire with his sword. A trail burns behind him. Deck would lift his sword, scream in victory, as an explosion appears behind him. At first, I was gonna say maybe this is the end sequence when he blows up the Kalisk body, but since before the explosion you don't see the Kalisk body behind him, so maybe it's something else. So that's all the news on Predator Badlands for now. What are your thoughts about the movie, the story, the new direction of the franchise? Put your comments down below. Leave a like rating on the video. Subscribe for more updates on this topic. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
Yautja,